Hey all, Sean here, Game On, Cards and Collectibles. Today I've got another PSA sub-reveal. It's going to be a 25 card order. This is an order that I placed right at the end of July during the $18 special, just at the end of the promotion in July. Wanted to get it in while still had that good deal going, so went ahead and sent in 25 cards, kind of a different wide variety of stuff. I've got, of course, my usual football, some baseball mixed in. I do also have some non-sport, some hockey, so I'm excited to see what I got. I do know that most of these cards aren't going to be gems. They're cards from the 80s and 90s. The category when you submit during the $18 special in July was 96 or older or 96 or newer, and so this is the order that I did for the 1996 and older stuff. So I'm excited to see what I got here. Appreciate you guys being here. You may notice I've got a new game mat on my desk here. Shout out to Inked Gaming. They did a great job, and I just wanted to recognize them and the great job that they did. They're not a sponsor or anything, but I felt like this was something that I really like. And if you guys are looking for something out there for a gaming mat, or in this case a breaking mat, then check them out. All right, I noticed here that I've got at least one card that wasn't able to be graded, so I'm curious to see what that came back as, or the reasons for that. I do know when I did check my order for accuracy that they did pull one of my cards from being graded. I don't think they grade this particular type of card anymore. It's a very unique card, so I'll have to see what happened with that. Ooh, looks like we may have more than one in here. Don't like to see that. Hopefully I don't get charged for it. I guess I'll have to check my invoice. Oh, okay, so I've got a 1994 Ken Griffey Jr. Super Nintendo card. It came with the video game, and these are not super rare, but looks like they've got a min grade qualifier. So, sorry, not a mid grade, a mid size. So it looks like it was cut too small, maybe from the factory, and it won't fit in the holders. This one might be one that I'll send into SGC and see if they can grade it. This is a really cool card. I was kind of bummed that they wouldn't grade it, but this is from a 1994, I think it was 94, the Stadium Club members. You can order these. They're actually they're heavy. It's like almost like a paperweight. It's got like this semi-gloss or this lacquer kind of finish to it, and then it's on the back. It's metal. It's got this it's basically some sort of metal material or brass, or I think it's brass actually. Really neat looking card. It's super clean. Hoping they could grade it. They used to grade these. Apparently they don't anymore. I know that they're not charging me for this one, but I'll have to check on the Ken Griffey Jr. All right, so let's get started. First up, we have a Wayne Gretzky. I've got a few Wayne Gretzkys in here, so I'm really hopeful that I get good grades on these, at least 9s. I know some of these are 50-50 on 8 or 9s, but this is an 85 O-Peachy, and it got an 8. Okay, well, I know that, a lot of these are borderline 8s or 9s. This one fell on the 8 side. Not too surprised on that. It's off-center, left to right, a little bit top-bottom as well. But the O-Peachy, in case you guys don't know, that's Canadian version of Topps. A little bit more rare, but nice card anyway. Next up, we have a 1989 Topps Nintendo card from a 33 card set, and this one gets a 9. This is the POW card. These are really cool. I bought the set a few months ago. Not a lot of these have been graded. If they 9s hold a little bit of value, but the 10s are really where it's at as far as the price and the value. So hopefully I at least get one of those in here. I sent in 3. This is another one. This is the Little Mac And it also comes back a 9. Yeah, I sent in 3 out of the 33. Those were the best ones. I felt that didn't have any flaws. Really hoping to get a 10 on that one. But 9s are still hold a little bit of value. And then last but not least is the card number 16. I love video games. And it comes back an 8. Wow, unless I totally missed something on this, these are clean edges, surface, corners. A little bummed about that. All right, that was the smaller of the 2 boxes. Let's get into the bigger one. And I'm really expecting to get mostly 9s in these. That's kind of the expectation today on this order. Hoping just to minimize the 8s, maybe sprinkle in a few 10s would be nice, but not really high expectations. These are low value cards, but at the same time they're also kind of unique cards. For example, the next one we're going to be looking at here is a card from a smaller company called Front Row. Not really well known, but they did make cards for a few years, and this is a promo card from '91, a Ken Griffey Jr. Came in a set of 5, and it gets a 10. Very nice. This is card number 4 of 5. These are very low pop. Not a lot of people have them. So again, not the super rarest. You can find these on eBay or any other type of platform. They're very inexpensive, but to get one that's a 10, very nice, very low pop. Next we have a members only from 1992 Stadium Club. You had to be a Stadium Club member in order to receive these. It's an Eric Lindros. We got a 10. Very nice. I know these are also low pop as well. Again, they came in a set of, I think they sent 4 throughout the year. They were mixed of baseball, hockey, football were in there as well, and just a really nice card, and I'm glad to see that at 10. From that same set, we've got a Ken Griffey Jr. here, members only, 1992 Stadium Club. This one gets a 9. All right, again, I said this earlier, but you know, I'm really kind of expecting most of these to get 9, so not a big surprise there. It's a clean looking card. Thought it had an outside chance to get a 10, but 9's still nice and holds a little bit of value, and fairly low pop on these as well. Next up, my first wrestling card for the day. I think my only wrestling card in here. My first Hulk Hogan graded card, so I'm excited to see how this one. It's a clean looking card. Expecting a 9 and getting a 9. So that's a nice looking card. Glad to have one of these in my collection. Not sure if I'm going to sell this one or not. I may keep it. You know, Hulk Hogan back in the day when I was a kid was my favorite wrestler. Don't follow wrestling much anymore, but I wanted to have a little piece of nostalgia from my childhood. And next up, we have a 1992 Stadium Club, members only. Again, part of that same set, Emmett Smith. And it comes back a 9. Really low pop on these cards. Like I said, there are not a lot of them in circulation regarding PSA and grading, but still a nice card. Next up, an underappreciated player in my opinion, Warren Sapp, his rookie from 1995. This is a silver variation. Electric silver is what they called it, an upper deck. Clean looking card, gets a 9. I know these are also low pop cards, and these came in a base version, the electric silver like you see here, and then a gold parallel, electric gold, which are even more rare. And next up we have a Greg Maddux from that same 1992 Members Club. Another clean looking card, thought would grade well, and it did. Came back a gem mint 9. Very nice. This is probably, this one and the Hulk Hogan are probably the only two I'm going to keep for my personal collection. Everything else will likely be available for sale, and I appreciate all you guys checking out my YouTube channel. Next up, we have 1990 Flair Troy Aikman. This is a rookie card from just a base, and it gets a 9. Yeah, I thought this one looked pretty clean. It's slightly off center, maybe top to bottom, 55, 45, but thought this had an outside chance at 10. Not too surprised that it got a 9. And I just wanted to also add that any of my viewers, you guys have first access to reach out to me in my email if you have any interest in any of these cards. Before I list them on any of the platforms, you have first access. So if you're watching this within 24 hours, please reach out and if you're interested. So next up we have the Emmitt Smith from that same set. Actually, this is the update version, and I got a 10, so that's great to see. This is from the update. I don't think these are too low pop, but still, to have an Emmitt Smith, one of the greatest running backs of all time, in a 10 for his rookie card, that's still a good thing. And then next up is a basketball card. This is the Charles Barkley 87 Fleer sticker. Stickers are much harder to get graded, so I'm not expecting a 10 here by any means. Oh, came back an 8. Huh. I'm not sure what they're seeing that I'm not. The top to bottom's a little bit off, I guess, or maybe it's left to right. Still a very clean looking card. I was really thinking that this would get a 9, but we get an 8 anyway, so just want to minimize the 8s here in this order. Next up we have another Wayne Gretzky. This is going to be the 84 tops. This one's probably 50-50, 9 or 8. Kind of really hoping to get a 9 on this one. And let's see. All right, we got an 8. So again, could have gone either way on this one. Overall, the card has great eye appeal. It is off a little bit left to right, maybe 60-40. And I think it's got a little bit of a print defect somewhere. I don't remember where, but still a very nice looking card. Wayne Gretzky, one of the greatest of all time, probably is when you talk about hockey. It's great to have some of his earlier year stuff slabbed up and in a higher grade. Next up we have a Karl Malone. This is his 87 Flair. I guess this would be considered his second year card. This card looked really clean. Thought at least would get a 9. It comes back an 8. I must be missing something here, I mean, it has a little bit of whiteness on the bottom right edge, but the centering looks really good. Left to right, up and down, maybe slightly off, 55-45, but boy, I'm not seeing it, and I'm not sure how much time they're spending taking a look at these bulk orders. So this is next one up is a 87 Topps Jim Kelly rookie. This is one that I worked on. The top had 2 damaged areas on the edge, and I fixed those up, and it comes back an 8. It was probably a 7 before that. I probably, with working on it with the edge tool, probably got it to an 8, but really thought it was good enough to get a 9. The centering looks good. The surface was good. Just, I guess there might be, yeah, we've got a little bit of a print, like a circle on the back here, and I think there's one above it too. A little bit of a print defect, but very minor. They must be taking off more than I thought on something like that. So 8 doesn't hold much value. You really want to get a 9, or definitely a 10 obviously does. And then next up we have another members only 1992 Stadium Club. This is a Nolan Ryan, another clean looking card. Thought it had an outside chance to gem, and it did. That's great. Nolan Ryan's such a stud when it comes to pitching. One of the few guys that still actually get some love in the hobby. Most pitchers don't, but Nolan Ryan, well respected in the hobby, and his cards hold a premium. Next up, my first 70s basketball card graded. So this is a 78 Topps Moses Malone, another guy I feel that's underappreciated for what he accomplished in his career. Glad to have one of his cards. Thought this one looked good, and a 9. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So I know these are fairly low pop in a higher grade. That 78 Topps set, not many in good condition out there. So nice looking card, great player in his day, and happy to have that one. All right, next up we have a 1994 Pacific Prism Dan Marino. This is a shiny card from the 90s of a Hall of Famer. Anytime you can get one of those in a high grade, it can hold some value. and it came back a 9. All right, I thought it may have had an outside chance of getting a 10, but there is a bottom right soft corner, even the top left corner, you know, was a little bit off, so not too surprised on the 9. Next up, another Wayne Gretzky. This is going to be the 85 O-Pee-Chee version of his goals leader card. Card number 257. I'm not expecting a 10 by any means, hoping for a 9. And it did come back a 9, so that is great to see. I know these are fairly low pop for, you know, somebody who's considered the GOAT in his sport. To have a lower pop card in a high grade, nice to see. And then next up, this is the only card that I had from the 1990 score box I broke a long time ago, but the Ground Force Bo Jackson can hold a value if it comes back a 10. So those are a little bit of a premium because they're harder to get graded. Kind of hoping for a 10 here. 8. Wow, PSA, I don't know what I'm missing here. I spend a lot of time looking these over, and I don't get it sometimes. You know, left to right on the back, maybe. The front is solid. Like, there's nothing on here. Like I said, back maybe, left to right 60-40. I could see possibly a 9, but I thought this had a 50-50 shot being a 10. So to see an 8, that's disappointing, but I don't know. I guess they're the experts. Next up, and last but not least, we have another Warren Sapp 1995 Summit. This is a Ground Zero, which is a special parallel version, a little bit more rare. And it got a 9, so that's pretty much what I expected. Again, undervalued, but not in my book. So I'll collect Warren Sapp cards that are a little bit more rare, a little bit more scarce. All day long. So, all right, well, overall, not too bad. We got 5 10s here. Was hoping for maybe a few more, but that's actually probably what I expected. And then of the 9s, we will add another. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11 and 6. That's 17 of the 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a couple more 8s than I wanted, but otherwise pretty solid sub. I appreciate all you guys checking out my channel. Like I said, within 24 hours of posting this video, you can reach out to me about any of these cards. Thanks so much.